We'll get some more of those heroes. I call them heroes, Aaron. What else can you call them? Those who serve this country.
They made a pretty big sacrifice.
Yeah, those who serve this country. We want to recognize them this weekend because that's what this weekend is all about. We'll start that list over again.
Especially when you think how young they were when they would have served.
Yeah.
They're not much older than the girls playing right now.
I mean, much more mature than we are. U.S. Navy. And we'll get more as the game wears on. Float. One ball, no strikes to Georgia. Ball up the center, narrowly missing the shoulder of the pitcher for the base rip.
Hard single. She does a good job around in first. Yeah, with the coverage, it's like being in the paddle boat and trying to shove bucket out the water while we're rowing.
That's a great analogy.
It requires the best effort. I know that. It's a good thing there's two of us because the water's coming in heavy.
I'm speechless.
There's a hole in the boat.
Mean, your analogies are just spot on. Spot on, spot on. Sophia taking a pitch to let G take second.
Swing every single time. She doesn't ever take a pitch off.
Absolutely, and that's a head nod to Coach Tina Nickel, who's her batting coach, doing a great job with Sophia, bringing her right along. Strike two. Fills up the count on her. Here we go, Fitty. Ball four. Great discipline to lay off a ball that was just missed that inside corner.
She refuses to swing at a pitch outside the strike zone. That's got to be frustrating for the pitcher when you get some good pitches to try to get in the chase, and they're just Sofa's not going to play along.
You battle back in the lineup, and they just don't take some of the bait. Benny steps in, puts one out to right field. That's may drop. Right field's on it. Oh, it drops out of the toe of her glove, and it goes into foul territory. Sophia goes ahead and takes third.
I think with the angle on that, I think this right fielder lost in the sun.
Yeah, I mean that's a tough ball. I mean it's dying all the way, and you're at a full sprint. Like you said, lose it in the sun. That's tough. It was a great effort though by right field.
Did knock Georgia in for an RBI and 12-0. Nil.
12-0. Yeah, I'm going to kick you off this
That's 2 strikes on me. Here at Chaos Media, we work hard.
Broadcast.
That's right.
That's he's dragging down the product.
Oh.
So he reaches out, pushes one foul into the netting.
Runners on second and third.
Sophia, 60 feet away from scoring. Benny. Let me take my shoes off and add this up. 120 feet from scoring. Just beyond the dish for 2-1 to Riley. Sydney, the pitcher, will follow in the lineup. Doing a great job of getting out of that bottom half. 2-1, rock, fire. Roddy puts it in the 3-4 hole.
Bentley's going home. 2 RBIs for Riley. As Bentley crosses the plate, standing up.
That balloons it up to a hefty 14-0. As Sydney steps in, up there to help her cause.
I know earlier this year we scored 18 runs in the game, and I think maybe last year we had 20 or 21. I don't know. I don't know what our record is.
I know we've had 19 and 20 before. Sydney scores the bunt.
there was that TRYC game against the Hooligans one time, like 19-3 or something. They caught
Yeah, it was
in pool play.
They really caught fire that game. We're hitting everything that they threw. It didn't matter whether they go through 2 pitchers. 1 ball, no strikes to Sydney. Puts one to second. Second gathers. Makes the routine play to first for 1 down.
Riley did a nice job of looking back to make sure that ball was going to land on the ground before she took off for third. So runner on third. Sydney advanced the runner nicely. It's always good when you got runners on second when you can.
For 2 down. I mean, how important is that for girls of this age to trust each other, not only on the field but off?
Yep. They did a good job of being focused, catching the right amount of time to eat and to sit in the shade and to play a little cornhole and just save their energy but not get too tired.
Yep. Austin looks at ball 1 or strike 1. Up in the zone there. The 0-1. Out to left field, right field. Drops in front of the right fielder. She'll reach for a base knock.
Her second hit of the day.
We get a courtesy runner for her. Oh, possibly not. That brings up Miralette.
Yeah, I think Katie's catching it.
Oh, yeah, Katie's. That's right. Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack. Sorry, 1-2 to Miralette. She pitches short. Short gathers. Makes a strong throw in time at first to retire Khaos. And at the end of, or in the middle of 2, Khaos enjoys a 15-0 lead.
Maybe we'll wake up for a second. Better.
Getting ready to start the bottom half of the second inning here.
All right, here we go.
Austin has come in at first base, and Miralette is over in right field. Outside corner, strike 1. Beautiful changeup. Off speed, had the batter completely fooled. Sydney's got her down 0-2.
No outs in the top of this, or I'm sorry, bottom of this second inning. Oh, 2 balls and a strike. I mean, when this Khaos team is hitting on all cylinders, it's tough to find a weak spot, a chink in the armor.
With Sydney pitching and hitting the ball and playing defense,
All the way.
it's a tough task for anybody to try to overcome.
Hopefully they build their confidence as next week we go to Oklahoma in an absolutely tough tournament. Oh, too high. Sydney doles out the free base here. 1 out. Runner on first for the Spark. Khaos looking to get into the top 3 teams in the tournament here to get an advantageous bracket time tomorrow. Strike 1. Finds that corner. Salvador Dali paints it out. The 0-1. Just misses. Ball 1. Never hit your pitch here.
I like how Marilette's moving in right field, you know, to back first base up just in case the throw goes down.
Ball 2. 2-1.
She's moving on every pitch. That's just good coaching. The girls practice that every week.
Two one to the batter. Safe at first. Runner's able to leg it out. Put 2 on.
I think that's just a pretty fast runner. Georgia did a great job of charging the ball and quick release and accurate throw.
Yeah, she had some speed going on that baseline. Absolutely. Great hustle by that Spark batter. 2 on now. Spark threatening here in the bottom of the second. Ball peeled foul. We apologize for the numerous shortcomings of the cell coverage here out in Derby, Kansas. It's, like I say, it's a black hole and armpit for cell coverage, so we try to keep you abreast of everything going on. The 0-1. Strike 2. Handcuffed out of the inside corner. Great looking pitch there. Right, smart looking pitch, as he says.
That had some velocity. You could hear that when it hit the mitt.
0-2 to the batter. Ball up in the air to Bryce. Nobody wanted it out there. Marilette comes in, charging all the way. She's able to get the runner at second.
Good heads-up play by Marilette. Got rid of that ball quickly. Georgia was covering second, just like she's supposed to.
She's able to get that runner at second because she had to freeze for that pop-up. Great job by Marilette being heady on that play.
Well, and she made that throw when she was on the run.
Yeah.
Nice, accurate throw.
So 2 down. Runners on the corners for the Spark. Swung on the changeup.
Seems like between her fastball and changeup today, there's like a 20-mile-an-hour difference. It's not fair.
She's. I can attest that she's been working on it. The 0-1. Just misses on the inside. Ball about bent Katie's mid off there. 1-1. Runners on the corners for the Spark. Looking to push that run on third across the plate. Too far out. 2-1. The 2-1 to the batter. Strike 2. Catching in that inside corner. Great looking pitch there. 2-2 to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on. Bottom of 2. Ooh, ball peeled off, narrowly missing her teammate in the on-deck circle is the Spark batter. My heart even skipped a beat on that one. Woo. My life flashed before my eyes, and I'm sitting here safely on the other side of the fence. 2-2 again to the batter. Ball peeled foul. Austin letting it trickle away. Count remains 2-2. Runners on the corner still for the Spark. The 2-2. Off the fist. It's foul again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Remains the count.
She just can't quite catch up with her Sydney's fastball.
Khaos trying to keep a clean sheet here. Strike 3. That cutter catches that outside corner. And
Completely froze her.
completely unfair on that cutter. Khaos get out of the inning. 2 left on. And continue to lead on the scoreboard after 2. More of those heroes, like we say. Heroes like Walter Bauer from the U.S. Navy, Jim Conrad, U.S. Army, Charles Landwehr, U.S. Air Force, Robert Vela, U.S. Army, Benny Vela, U.S. Army, Juan Arredondo, U.S. Army, Enrique Arredondo, U.S. Marines, Justin Brown, U.S. Navy, Frank Brockman, U.S. Army Reserves, Jimmy Crane, U.S. Army, and the Deltas, Jerry Crane, U.S. Army, Levon James Thomas, Sr., U.S. Army, Dennis Ray Thomas, U.S. Army, James Daniel Boone, Sr., U.S. Air Force, Marvin Jack,
Yeah,
U.S. Army,
my dad.
William Jack, U.S. Navy, Fred Rausch, U.S. Army, Monty Lund, U.S. Army, James C. Sawyer, U.S. Army, Angelo Colson, U.S. Army CW, Willard Colson, U.S. Navy, Glenn King, U.S. Army, John Emmett Sloss, Grandpa John, U.S. Marines, World War II veteran, William Kimball, U.S. Army, Lansing Kimball, U.S. military, Sylvester Chick Kimball, U.S. Army, Ellsworth Chick Kimball, U.S. Army, Edmund Kimball, U.S. Army, Lewis Kimball, U.S. Army, Curran Kimball, U.S. Navy and Vietnam veteran, Melvina Kimball, U.S. Army, and we'll get the rest of those as time permits. Thank you to those heroes, and feel free to add those in the comments of those that you are wanting to recognize this weekend, as we can't do it enough. Ella leads us off.
Top of the third.
Top of 3. Ella peels one into the netting.
It is nice on these hot days to be sitting next to an irrigation expert like yourself. I don't know if the people at home know that the irrigation savant of South Central Kansas.
You forgot to put "the" in front of it.
That's right.
The. Oh, wonder.
Dane always does a good job of talking up everybody around him and giving compliments, but and inflation's kind of tight. But if anybody's got a few extra $1,000 laying around and you own a home or a business and you want to accidentally water your driveway or the parking lot, Dane's your guy. I mean, there's a lot of happy neighbors with all the water going in their yard.
Yeah.
And Dane leaves.
Have somebody else water your stuff for you.
That's right. Your neighbors will be thrilled with how much less they have to water their yard after Dane leaves.
Fell off for 2-2.
I didn't even know sprinkler heads could go that direction. Some of the commentary I've got from past clients, but they all do speak well of him personally, though. Yep. If you're anywhere within driving distance of South Central Kansas,
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
The literal "who's that" of irrigation.
That's right. If there was a mountain stream that could be a person, it would be Dane. I can feel the snow melting next to me.
Thank you for that
Yep.
rousing
A lot of.
introduction there.
Why is the parking lot always wet?
Katie steps in after Ellis put away on a fluttering ball to third base.
Not much to talk about when it's 15-0. You got to just think of stuff.
Katie steps in.
Good eye.
Check swing. Able to hold back and take ball one. Following Katie will be the top of the lineup. Allie Thompson. Katie puts up out of play. Steer right one. We're the only two suffering out here. Not only putting up with each other, but we're in the sun, full sun. Everybody else in the shade.
Everyone is in the shade. It's got to be at least 20 degrees cooler over there.
And didn't even stay over here. 1-1. Katie gets a piece of it. She's off for strike two. Bruce steps back in. We're not going to know what to do with ourselves the rest of the day. We're used to staying here late on Sunday.
Yeah, and it looks like the way the bracket's going to fall, we don't have an early morning game tomorrow. So
yeah.
Hopefully the girls can get plenty of rest tonight.
Yeah. Eat a healthy meal or whatever Mom cooks for. Whatever gruel Mom makes for them. 2-2 to Katie. Up and away. 3-2. Khaos dugout in full voice here. Coach Carissa on the bench there, standing up, chomping at the bit to let something happen here. 3-2. Drop third strike. Katie goes to first. And she's able to reach on the drop third. Fortunate for Katie, that ball was falling quickly. One down. As Allie steps in, top of the lineup here. Allie reaches up and bunts one. Late on the coverage to first, the second base, and no play to be made. And Allie with that speed, like Aaron said, makes him.
By the time the pitcher realized she couldn't go to second with it, Allie was safe.
Yeah, I mean it's
didn't even make a throw.
Yeah,
no point.
So runners at first and second for Khaos. One down as Bryson steps in. Bryson takes a strike on that outer half. We hope everybody will join us tomorrow for bracket day. Go check with your favorite Khaos family or the USSSA website and the Stars and Stripes Memorial Day 6-game guarantee and see what time Khaos plays. Myself will be on the call. Hopefully, Mr. Aaron Jack will be there as well. But if not, I'll soldier through it like I always do.
I could probably make an encore.
Oh, in the dirt. Great glove work by the catcher there behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Khaos in full voice, like we said. Georgia to follow in the lineup. Just beyond the dish. Misses by an eyelash there on that pitch. Khaos with his victory, hoping to take the 1 or 2 seed. The 3-1.
Ball 4. Good eye. Not swinging at bad pitches.
That'll bring up Georgia. She's going to switch to this other plate.
Georgia's had a home run and a very hard single up the middle today. And switching over to a lefty.
Swings that one. Strike one.
She still made a good swing.
The Sparks coach comes out to talk to his pitcher alone.
I think this pitcher that's in is the original pitcher.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Back in.
Yep. She's starting pitcher there. Georgia's going to go ahead and switch back to her. Or maybe not. She's contemplating. If we all knew what contemplating meant, that'd be a great analogy. Particularly me.
Anytime Georgia's up, it's like Michael Jordan shooting a free throw with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
You need to go left-handed, fine, we'll go left-handed. Or I'll just stay on the right side and hit a home run.
The 0-1 to Georgia. The bases loaded and one out. On the turf. 1-1. Sophia to follow in the lineup. Oh, takes one on the hip. Good ball. And run scores on the hit by pitch there.
And she gets another RBI.
Aaron, some people have all the luck.
They do. Put a little ice on it. Home run, single, hit by pitch. It's a 1,000 on base percentage for the day.
That's what's great about having our elite statistician doing the games with me. Able to pull stats out of there. The eidetic memory you have is uncanny. Strike one. The strike zone widens.
I was going to say, I think a little mercy here, unfortunately for self, but yeah.
About a little above the letters there, but
it looked like it started high and went even higher.
Ball gets away. Alley, before the ball even hits the ground, looked like that.
Yep.
Shorty made it in.
She was sliding across the plate as the catcher was getting to the ball. The other runners advanced, so Bryceland's on third base and Georgia's on second.
And what's that, 17-0?
17-0. Top of the third.
(3-1) on that high fastball.
High drive on kid.
3-1. It's got a hitter's count here. Self might have some fun with this.
Bentley's on that circle swinging left-handed. Ball four. Filling up the bases. That brings up Benny Sampson.
Benny's sliding over to the left-handed hitter spot as well.
One out. Bases loaded. Ball one. Beyond the dish. The check Bryce at third.
She swung so hard, she's back over to the right side.
Yeah, she spun herself into
That's
the
why
right
you do
hand.
that.
Yeah. 1-1 is the count. She didn't like that. Short-lived was that one. 1-1 to Bentley. Ball gets away. Bryson comes.
Nice hard slide by Bryceland. And she scores. 18 for Khaos.
If the Khaos Want to take that number 1 seed, though. They need that run differential, definitely, Aaron.
Keeping holding them to 0 right now, certainly helping.
Absolutely. Bentley facing a 2-1 count. Ball gets away.
That one kind of caromed off the net. Unusual to get back quickly, so Georgia
Great
put
job.
on the brakes.
Yeah, great job by Georgia realizing that. Bentley facing a 3-1 count. Ball 4. Takes it back. That brings up Riley. Riley Crane. It's amazing to see the growth of these girls from that 10U, 12U days to how they've progressed through, facing these 14U teams like these that are second year and things like that. Just, they show that they belong in this, this level.
You start to see these flashes on these plays, whether running the bases or taking pitches or on.
Ball gets away, and she's safe there on the interference. Riley reaches out and takes a strike on the bunt attempt.
So I might have missed something. Who do we call interference on?
The pitcher came in and was trying to
block the plate,
okay. And it let Georgia safe.
But on the pitch,
Georgia had to avoid her to get to the home plate, and so she got to score on the interference.
And it was a strike, so it's 0-1.
Yeah, no balls, 1 strike. You're all over it, Aaron. You're all over it. 0-1 to Riley. Sophia at third. Benny at second. Strike 2.
And as you were saying earlier, just the way they've matured on some of their play, you can see lots of things. I think Bentley just stepped off second to take the second out of the inning.
2 down.
But you can see them like when they're running bases or in the field, sometimes, and definitely with their plate discipline, you can see some of that practice. Sometimes the coaches don't have to say anything at all, and the girls know exactly what to do.
Yeah. Ball 2 strikes to Riley. Sophia remains at third. Up and in. 2-2. The count evens up. Sydney is in the on-deck circle. Ball 3 up and out of the zone. Filling up the count. Thanks for the cool pack there. It's really doing wonders for this phone here. Keeping everything cooled off for us to keep the speed going. Riley stays alive at 3-2. Fouling it off into the netting.
Katie.
Well, lays down a bunt, goes foul, and she'll be out on the bunt attempt.
Unfortunately, in the stat book, that'll show a strikeout, but that was really a mercy at bat. You never bunt on 2 strikes unless you're okay with getting the out because we're ahead so much.
So in the middle of 3, Khaos balloons their lead to a hefty 19-0 advantage, and we'll wrap up these 19-0. Now I'm slipping. Never let me slip because
I'm dragging you down.
Because if I slip, then I'm slipping.
Where's JT?
We'll wrap up these heroes where you're going to hear their names over and over again as the weekend goes on. Heroes like Donald D. Miser, U.S. Army. Robert L. Morris, U.S. Navy. Ronald D. Piper, U.S. Air Force. Raymond R. Riggs, U.S. Navy. Norman C. Morris, U.S. Army. William R. Martin, U.S. Army. Kenneth Height, U.S. Air Force. Reitzel Zimmerman, U.S. Army, and World War II veteran. I mean, some of these great heroes that made this life possible for all of us. We can't thank them enough for the things that they do for us all. Gary Robinson, U.S. Air Force, and a special shout out to Mr. James Dennison, very much alive, but he served in the U.S. Army and Air Force, but he's a representative for this area for the POW MIA, and we can't thank him enough for keeping those memories alive of those individuals that lost their lives fighting for this great country of ours, Aaron. I mean, what do you say to those people and their families? You can't thank them enough.
I was in Washington, D.C. earlier this week, and to see on the National Mall, to see the Korea War Memorial, and the most haunting is the Vietnam Memorial with all the names on the black marble, and the World War II Memorial, and
you're in awe of it.
Yeah, you're just kind of in awe of it. There's really no words.
I mean, people that they never knew existed, never met.
Yeah, it was kind of touching. I actually got a picture of it. There was a family at the Vietnam Memorial. Looked like an elderly person in a wheelchair, and then her family was around her, and they were taking pictures of one of the specific names. You know, they have those little pieces of paper that you can scroll over them with that pencil to get the name, and they were doing that with one of them. And you know, I didn't ask, but I wonder if that may have been a son or a nephew or a brother of hers that passed away. You know, 40 or 50 years ago in the war.
Yeah, that's what this weekend's all about.
On defense, Ella is over at first base now, and Sophia stepped into right field, and Olivia is behind the plate.
3-1 to the batter. 4-1. Oh, walk to the batter. Runner at first.
Sid's facial expression doesn't change if it's 0-0 or if it's 19-0. It's the same.
Stoic.
She is.
Stoicism. Like, let's say Da Vinci. Strike one. There's always business to do. I guess whether you're up 19-0 or down 19-0, you have some work to do. Always get better. Deal one. 1-1. Up and away. Olivia checks the runner.
There's that picture of the family at the Vietnam Memorial.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Really special.
It's humbling, you know, to know that people did that for you. Strike two. That cutter catches that outside corner. Ball started in the middle, moved away. Great looking pitch there by Sydney. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
They just can't get anything going at all against her.
Chopper. Count remains. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think this is actually the first time Sydney has faced this team. We've played them about 4. This is the 4th time we've played this team. I think this is the first time Sydney has faced them. The 1-2. Ball pushed to the right side. It's fouled off again. Great job by staying alive by number 24 there. Great at bat here. The 1-2. Base hit to right or left center. The Sparker in business with no outs in the bottom of the 3rd here. Runners at first and second. Misses on the pitch. Outside for 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Check swing, couldn't hold it back. Goes through for strike one on the check swing.
Heat on the inside corner. Just couldn't do anything with it. For the strike.
Foul ball there for strike two. One ball, two strikes to the batter. This umpire has a formidable tan for his May.
This early in the year, he's doing well.
Ball back
we
to
maybe
Sid.
get two.
Fielder's choice. The third.
Riley does a good job of covering the bag. Sidney makes a quick throw.
So they're going to check that.
Got the lead runner. I think the umpire is trying to say Riley was in the way, but I do not think that she was.
Yeah, she had the ball in time to step on the bag as well. And the call stands. One down. One down. Runners at first and second for the Spark. Looking to scratch the scoreboard here. Ooh, catches the batter on the elbow. Filling up the bases.
Force out of any bag.
Home to first, Sid. Home to first. Swung on for strike one. Khaos looking to wrap up the game here in run rule fashion. Swung on for strike two. I mean,
and in a situation like this, like whatever happens now is not going to have any outcome on the game. It's not going to matter. But for run differential, for seeding,
yeah, absolutely.
It does matter.
That and not to mention a little confidence. The 0-2. Riley plays it. Couldn't quite get to it fast enough to get it in fair territory, so it trickles foul. 0-2 remains the count to the batter. Rise ball. Too high.
Hey, good miss.
1-2 to the batter.
Oh, so sweet.
Nothing.
2-2 in the toif.
So sweet.
Sauce did a nice job of getting a piece of that, just enough to keep it from going too far.
And how much do you think that blocking and all that is knowing your pitching staff?
Yep, she knows exactly where that ball's going every time. She's caught hundreds of innings for Sid over the years, probably.
Knowing that, okay, if she misses, she's going to miss here, and I need to, yeah. 2-2 remains the count after the foul ball. The 2-2. 3-2, up and away. Three-two is the count. Strike three. Gets a swing out of that inside heat. That's a song from the 80s. Feel the heat.
It was. Yeah, she was late. That ball came. It was one of the hardest ones Sydney's thrown today.
Two down.
Back for a little something extra.
Ball away for 1-0. Sid got herself into a bit of a jam here. Bases loaded with 1 out. Now she's got 2 outs after the strikeout. Strike one. Went to put a. Oh, just beyond Bryce's reach. Oh. On the base hit. 2-run score for the Spark. And runners will be on the corners.
Sophia tried to think about throwing it the first to get the runner, but we weren't covering the bag.
Two down. Runners at the corners. Spark pushed 2 runs across. Ball peeled foul. Ball up to Ella in foul territory. And she has it in her glove and decides to go ahead and drop it. 0-2.
Sydney's doing all she can to get us out of there, but
Runners at the corners with 2 down.
It's empty. She drank it all.
Strike 3 looking. What's the saying? Sydney asked, "Can I interest you in this pitch?" She's like, "No thanks, I'm just looking to put away the game here." Chaos takes a victory.
18-2. Girls showed up to play today. 19-2. Sorry, yeah, 19-2.
So
Girls showed up
Chaos,
to play.
yeah. So Chaos will see where it shakes down, 1 or 2 seed.
So depending on that seed, I think they'll play either at 11 o'clock or 12:30 tomorrow.
So we hope you'll tune in and ask your favorite Chaos family, or what you should be is subscribe to the Chaos 14U Gray page. That way you get notifications when we go live, and we'll do that tomorrow.
And if any of you listening have any names, like Dane mentioned earlier, any names you want us to add to the Memorial Day honor list,
Absolutely.
get those to us and we can make sure we read them tomorrow.
And we can't mention those names enough because they've done so much for us. So from Dekarsky Park in Derby, Kansas, we want to tell everybody thank you for watching on a Sunday. Until tomorrow, we want to say thank you. And as always, for Aaron, Jack, and myself,
If you need a sprinkler, call Dane.
go Chaos.